Teacher, musician, and family man from Jamaica, now fights for justice and democracy through commentary and humor. Follow him on YouTube at Political Drain and at Sons of Liberty Official as Drill Sergeant A.K. Admin Doug continues to protect our freedoms.
We got some breaking news here on the Midas Touch Network. For those that have been following it, Judge Immergut has just issued her second temporary restraining order in favor of the state of Oregon and California about Donald Trump's attempts to send now the California National Guard into Oregon in full defiance of Judge Immergut's earlier ruling from Saturday late afternoon, in which she said that Donald Trump did not have the power or the authority under the statute to commandeer and federalize the Oregon National Guard.
Okay, you might not be able to see it right now, but I just stepped outside and there were 3 planes in the sky. You can see one very clearly just above that street light. There's another one right behind that tree. There's another one over there. Those blinking lights are actually a tower. But there were 3 that were going in a circle all together.
What's up, YouTube? Drill Sergeant here. And we have breaking news from Portland, Oregon. Last night, in the middle of the night, there was an unprecedented amount and frequency with which they're crossing airplanes in the sky in the darkness of night. We have a mixture of military planes and civilian planes flying miles and miles away from their normal routes, coming from places where they don't normally come from, that aren't where the bases should be. And I got a video to show you from someone on the ground. It's only 6 minutes long. It's important that you just watch it. Just see what we saw and decide for yourself if it's something that you need to be worried about if you live there and the rest of America in context. Now, why this matters? Well, yesterday, a judge told the Kanked one that you absolutely cannot deploy the military. You cannot deploy National Guard to Portland. There's nothing going on there. There's no riot there. There is no fire there, no matter how many times you scream it. There's nothing there. We find out that this morning, the Cankled one, the Tangerine Tornado, the Mussolini of Mar-a-Lago, decided that he was going to activate the California National Guard and send them instead. Because in this administration's mind, judges' orders don't matter. We don't have to listen to anybody. We don't have to follow any rules. So the new king of America decided to take the federalized troops that he already federalized in California and bring them to Portland. The judge was so livid. She from the bench, made another ruling, got all the players together from the AG to California and Oregon, and the federal lawyers brought them to the courtroom this morning and said, "What the heck are you doing? You cannot do this. You're defying my orders." So when we say that there's military and commercial aircraft coming from places where they don't usually come from, taking routes that seem conspicuous at best in the middle of the night, it means a lot in the context of trying to activate other National Guards to come in unannounced so that the judge or the law doesn't see them landing in places where maybe they shouldn't be. All of this is just speculation until you see the footage from the ground. Listen to the people there. After that, we're going to talk about what the lawyers are dealing with right now, this morning, in that judge's room, who's already had to make 2 rulings, chopping down our federal government and their overreach and their continuous lie and trying to step over the law, is this frightening display that has been going on for the past 2 nights in Southwest Oregon, but just ramped up in the middle of the night last night, of which we have the video footage. Watch this. We'll break some more down. Legal AF, then the call to action, what we need to be doing.
Okay, you might not be able to see it right now, but I just stepped outside and there were 3 planes in the sky. You can see one very clearly just above that street light. There's another one right behind that tree. There's another one over there. Those blinking lights are actually a tower. But there were 3 that were going in a circle all together. You can see that one right there just was all the way far right of that street light. And that's the first time in days since this started that I've seen more than one doing that at the same time. One, you can already hear another plane coming. In fact, if I hold it up high enough, you might, yeah, there we go. You can see another one there just under that street light. So, and that is actually probably right above where the ICE facility is. So there's quite a few there. And see, look, there's another one. Now, it looks further away than it is. I can see quite a bit of definition in that plane. It's quite low, even for how quiet it is. I can hear another one over here somewhere. I don't know where it is. Oh, there's another one. Right there. It's twinkling. It's very difficult to see on my phone, but it's red and white twinkles. This is totally abnormal. There's one there. There's another one going in the trees right there. I think I missed it. Oh, you can kind of see it going close to the tower right there. And then there's that one right up here that's doing that little red and white twinkle that you can kind of see. Really hard to see on my phone, but and I hear another one coming again from over here. So now there's 4. Again, there we go. Another one. What the hell is this? We don't have planes like this in Southwest Portland. There's another one over here. Right there. We don't have this. This is not normal. We rarely ever have a plane fly over this area. The airport is 30 miles that way. There is no reason for any plane to be flying in this area right here. They're either flying north and south, or they're flying to the east. You don't go to the west in one of those kinds of planes. We're an hour from the coast. That's not logical. There are tiny airports between here and there, but large commercial airplanes and other types of airplanes very infrequently go, especially over this particular area, to get to any of those airports because they are further south or they are directly west from the Portland airport, practically just a couple miles in and then west. I'm really cold and I'm very confused and I'm very concerned. All right, I'll touch back in later. Oh, there's another one. This is insane. And there's another one. We're talking. Oh, and there's another one. I thought it was crazy last night when it was one after the next within a minute of each other. That was dramatic. But 3, 4, 5 airplanes going at the same time in the same airspace, that is insane. You don't see that unless there's an air show. And these are clearly not air show types of planes or whatever you want to call them. And they're not flying like they're preparing for an air show. I mean, they're obviously a combination of military and commercial airplanes.
Did you see it? Did you hear it? Yeah, I know it may have been hard to see. It's a little bit dark, but you heard the planes. You heard our brave reporter talking about what we're seeing. Did that seem normal to you, YouTube? If it doesn't, I say then maybe maybe we need to be taking real account. Here's reporting from Legal AF and why I think what you just saw may be more important.
We got some breaking news here on the Midas Touch Network. For those that have been following it, Judge Immergut has just issued her second temporary restraining order in favor of the state of Oregon and California about Donald Trump's attempts to send now the California National Guard into Oregon in full defiance of Judge Immergut's earlier ruling from Saturday late afternoon, in which she said that Donald Trump did not have the power or the authority under the statute to commandeer and federalize the Oregon National Guard because the elements that are necessary in order to do that were missing, such as there's no rebellion going on, and he doesn't need federal troops or the commandeered National Guard troops in order to execute federal law. Donald Trump didn't like that and decided to start sending in 200 or more National Guardsmen from California into Oregon, which led to a quick unity between Oregon and California and joining in a new temporary restraining order. And within hours, Judge Immergut set an emergency hearing and ruled from the bench. And who better to tell us about this than the Attorney General of California, who's joining us here, Rob Bonta. AG Bonta, thank you for joining Midas Touch.
Grateful to be with you as always. Thanks.
Yes. So let's take it from your perspective.
300 federalized California National Guards people being moved 1,000 miles up north to Portland, where a judge had already said yesterday that the conditions on the ground absolutely do not justify the federalization of National Guard. They don't justify the federalization of Oregon National Guard. And so the federal government, in its ingenious thinking, said, well, her order, though it said there were no conditions to bring the National Guard, federalized National Guard to Oregon, applied to the Oregon National Guard. How about we bring in California National Guard? Maybe that will work. And she was completely miffed. I just listened in on the entire hearing. First of all, thank you to my incredible team, the incredible teams in Oregon and Portland. There's a team effort. Folks working overtime. Obviously, today's a Sunday, and democracy needs to be protected every day, and the rule of law does as well. And she was really miffed. Her first set of questions of the federal government were, how does this not violate my order from yesterday? And I think she's right. That this sort of super technical approach to try to bring National Guard in that's from another state, and just minutes before the hearing commenced, we got word through a memorandum from Secretary Hegseth that the Texas National Guard has been federalized, 2,000 of them, with 400 of them being deployed to both Portland and Chicago.
There you go. From Texas now, you skirt the law, you orange maniac. You're trying to start your civil war in the places that hate you the most because you're a child. Here's the deal, people. We will not back down, but we are going to watch the skies. We are going to report this and let our neighbors know what's happening. We want to make sure that when whatever is going through the skies out there and whatever is being misdirected out there, there's someone at your airport who knows. There's someone in one of those small airports around the area of Southwest Portland or the neighboring cities that knows. There's someone willing to blow the whistle. What's the direction? Where are they coming from? How many are military planes? Why are they coming from different bases than what is known to be? In Oregon, you're out there. Call to action is everybody look up. Look up. Record it. politicaldrain@gmail.com. Send it. What are you seeing? Timestamp it. Let us know. Because the more we get this out, the more we let people see. We want people to be looking up. We want people to be looking up because it's only in secret that they get to do anything they want to do. The more people know it, the more people see it, the more willing others will be to speak out, and the less willing they will be to act in a secret way. That's what we do in Portland right now. If you're down there, look up. If you're down there in Southwest Portland, look up, record, send it to us. Because it's ramping up and it's getting pretty obvious because they think we're dumb. Someone out there in those towers knows where they're being directed to and directed from. And they're going to be the whistleblower if we put the pressure on them. Let's do it. Tomorrow, we fight. Hey, yeah, you. Before you click away to watch someone unbox a tactical toothbrush, let's talk about something real. Political Drain isn't just another content mill. We're a digital front in a very real war. Not with bullets, but with ideas, with action, and with solidarity. We pair urgent news with critical education. And we build community around actual resistance, not the hashtag kind. The kind that moves. But here's the thing. None of this is free. It isn't. Behind every video is time, labor, research, and some weird guy asking if we're going to pay the hosting bill. And yeah, some of that money goes to things we can't necessarily say out loud. If you know, you know. Let's just say our special ops aren't Call of Duty LARPers. They're people making real moves to protect, uplift, and organize. You're not just funding a channel. You're funding a resistance network in a world where capital still calls the shots. Unfortunately, in a system built on artificial scarcity, even mutual aid has a price tag. And if we want to grow, if we want to win, we need your help. We need your help. So if you've got even a few bucks to spare, toss it our way. It's not for ads. It's not for merch drops, but for people making moves in the shadows so others can do it in the light. It's just us and you. So fund the mission, fund the fight, fund the future, because nobody's coming to save us. We save each other. That's how this works. Follow us on all these things you see here, and our link tree is in the description. Maybe even get some merch.
That was the Political Drain podcast, which can be heard on www.groovechillradio.com/political-drain and can be viewed on the Political Drain YouTube channel anytime. Once again, thank you for listening to Groove Chill as we resist fascism in any form, pursue democracy, peace, and love.